Many people across central Alberta spotted a fireball in the sky just before dawn this morning. Tyler Gilby caught it on his dash cam on his way to work at 6:17 a.m. He was heading northbound on Highway 2A near Carstairs. Brian Evans caught the fireball from his backyard security camera in Edmonton, and several others posted to the Facebook group Alberta Aurora Chasers, saying they also spotted that fireball. And another one was captured on Sunday night at about 9:40 p.m. near Carstairs. This video was uploaded to the American Meteor Society website. There are no reports of anything hitting the ground. Here's what else is making news tonight. The city starts consultation on a downtown elevated CTrain route.
There are some very legitimate concerns.
Are they big enough to put an underground line back on the table?
I hope something comes of this, but I'm not really holding my breath.
Plus, looking beyond the U.S. for trading partners.
They're, frankly, welcoming us with open arms.
A growing number of Calgary businesses targeting Latin America, the EU, and beyond. And investing in art that gives back.
An online art gallery specifically to fund Beckett's Care.
Talented painters creating a buzz with their generosity.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Tara Nelson.
Hello and thank you for joining us. We begin with breaking news tonight. In the northeastern BC community of Tumbler Ridge, there is an active shooter situation. Tumbler Ridge is about 2 hours south of Fort St. John. RCMP say it unfolded at the local secondary school and a suspect has been found dead. Mounties are still determining if there was a second suspect involved, how many people may have been shot, and the extent of injuries. RCMP sent an emergency alert to area cell phones at 2:15 this afternoon, telling people to lock their doors and stay inside. The alert described a suspect as a female with brown hair wearing a dress. There are about 175 students at the secondary school in grades 7 to 12. That's according to police. Both the high school and the elementary schools were locked down. The situation is still unfolding, and we will continue to provide updates as they're available. We have breaking news from the northeast in Calgary tonight. A man is dead following a serious crash. An SUV slammed into a cement pillar on 16th Avenue near Stony Trail in the northeast. The Calgary Fire Department says it started on fire, and then witnesses used extinguishers to fight the flames until crews arrived. The driver was pronounced dead at the scene. It happened around 2 o'clock this afternoon. The driver was going westbound on 16th at the time. Traffic is still backed up in that area tonight. Police have blocked off both directions at the Stony Trail exit ramps, and emergency crews are still on scene at the crash site. The cause of the collision is still under investigation. The city is looking for feedback on its long-delayed Green Line LRT project. An elevated train through the Beltline and downtown is what's being planned, but it appears a tunnel is not completely off the table. Officials want to hear concerns, but those who'll be impacted say they've already been speaking out for years. Here's Jordan Canagan.
An elevated Green Line train through downtown Calgary has long been debated, but that debate is back on, and the city wants to hear from you again.
There are some very legitimate concerns that I am anticipating to hear through the consultation process that I'm sure are going to be daylighted.
Feedback and studies have been done before, and a tunneled option for the LRT was chosen 5 years ago, but it was scrapped by the provincial government. The transportation minister explaining the elevated alignment avoids billions of dollars in tunneling costs, allowing the project to reach more neighborhoods, deliver 5 more stations, and boost commuter ridership by 60%. But it's not preferred by businesses along the elevated route.
We've been through a lot, but this is just like another, punch in the gut.
Michael's Pizza has operated along 10th Avenue for 45 years. Its owner isn't sure the restaurant can continue to operate into its 5th decade.
We got a meeting with the deputy minister, Grishan's deputy minister, and we basically voiced our concerns, and he said, this is what we're doing. So it's like he listened to us, but said this is what we're doing.
But the mayor insists they'll listen to the feedback.
I can't speak for the provincial government, but I'm sure that they'll be looking in good faith at these considerations if there may be future adjustments or changes that are required down the road.
A functional plan and costs for an elevated line are being worked on, but the city says a final decision between tunneling and an elevated track has not yet been made.
So we just need to have a fulsome discussion around the different options that are on the table, elevated, cut and cover, tunneling, different ways of delivering this transit system through the downtown.
Jordan is along 10th Avenue tonight. Jordan, the city clearly not closing the door on that underground option, but would the province reverse its decision?
Tara, it's a bit of a hard question to answer, but it was not an absolute hard no from the province on going back to that tunneling option. But it was very clear that cost and efficiency are the two priorities. And the Alberta government says that tunneling would be about 3 times more than the elevated line. And they want to do this quickly. They want to do it for the right price. Now, the city's engagement is happening online right now. They will have in-person sessions that will be happening later on this month as well, and the plan for the downtown route is expected to be released by the end of 2026. Tara?
Okay, Jordan, thank you. Calgary police say an 11-year-old boy was the target of an attempted luring in the city's northeast last week. Camilla Di Giuseppe is working on this story for us. And Cam, investigators say it happened on a pathway near an elementary school.
Tara, the incident occurred after school hours, a short distance from Coventry Hills School. Between 6 and 7 o'clock last Friday evening, investigators say a man in his 20s approached the boy who was on a bicycle along the pathway between Covewood Park and Cove Park Road northeast. Police say the suspect tried to force the child to go with him. The boy did get away and returned home to tell his parents, who then called police. The suspect is about 5'6", last seen wearing black sweatpants, a gray hoodie, and white shoes. The pathway backs onto several homes, and police are appealing to anyone who saw the suspect or may have security footage or dash cam video taken at the time of the incident to come forward. Now, Tara, investigators say they've not received any other complaints and believe this is an isolated case. But given the seriousness nature of the allegation and out of abundance of caution, they want to get the information out to the public.
Okay, Camilla, thank you. The head of the Assembly of First Nations says separatists are wasting a lot of time threatening to take Alberta out of Canada. Cindy Woodhouse says it's simply not going to happen. Her frank assessment comes as new polling suggests the vast majority of Albertans want to remain in Confederation, and members of Alberta's own government won't even reveal where they truly stand. Here's Tim Brooke.
A resounding message from First Nations groups on Tuesday.
If you vote to separate from Canada, you can't take the land with you.
The National Chief says separatists can leave Alberta, but they can't have treaty lands.
That they can take the dirt that maybe their ancestors brought with them under their fingernails when they came over here from other places, because that's the only piece of land that they're going to take.
It's the latest barb in a long-standing back and forth between those who want the province to leave and those who don't. Alberta's last premier falls squarely in the latter camp.
For me, this is personal, and I think it is for a lot of Albertans too, including Albertans who really do believe we've gotten a raw deal and believe in a strong province.
Jason Kenney also believes it's time for stronger messaging from those in charge.
The fact that you apparently have a large and growing number of people in that party who are trying to turn it into a separatist party is, I think, troublesome. And I think that this is not something where you can be half pregnant.
CTV News emailed every UCP MLA to ask if they've signed Alberta's separation petition. Not one returned our message. And the Premier is still repeating the party line, saying she's working with Ottawa to address Alberta's problems.
If she's saying she wants a sovereign Alberta and united Canada, it sounds like she is giving everybody what they want.
For one Conservative Calgary MP, it's a complicated crossroads.
I refuse to have it just be framed as, one side versus the other. I think that that's really problematic.
Michelle Rempel-Garner says she has vocal constituents on both ends of the separation spectrum. She tells us it should be a learning moment that long-term can address real problems.
I just caution people who might be tempted to devolve this into a rote political wedge to have a moment of sobriety and say, no, this is a moment to bring people together in a constructive way.
The petition for Alberta independence needs roughly 178,000 signatures by May to force a referendum. Tim Brooke, CTV News, Calgary.
Separatists claim their movement has widespread UCP support, but Danielle Smith insists she still does not know which of her MLAs have signed the petition to leave Canada. Amid ongoing trade tensions with the United States, some local businesses are proving they don't need to rely on our neighbors to the south to thrive. Jacqueline Wilson explains.
When U.S. President Donald Trump imposed tariffs on Canada, it was a wake-up call, forcing some Calgary businesses like Casa Bonita to pivot to other international markets.
Even though the States is still important, it's no longer our biggest customer. Australia is our number 2, Japan number 3, Thailand is going to be number 4, and the U.S., if we keep going, is going to be in a very, very last place very soon.
Lorraine expanded with the help of Calgary Economic Development's Trade Accelerator program. New data from the organization shows U.S. trade deals with local businesses dropped to a record low of 24% last year. That's down from 35% the year before.
So now we're seeing almost $60 million worth of deals were done last year alone on 45 trade deals in 21 countries. So now we're seeing that people understand that they can find other places to move their products and services and build a company locally that could be competitive on a global scale.
Zero Sound, a Calgary industrial noise suppression company, is also expanding beyond the U.S.
We continue our efforts with the good relationships that we have there, but the importance of the diversification into other markets where they're frankly welcoming us with open arms is something really that we're focusing on and leveraging now.
Bogner says his company has already had business in Latin America and Chile, but now are looking even further globally.
With projects just starting in the EU, in Germany and Italy, and we're setting up a regional HQs in both Australia and the United Arab Emirates.
The international demand is also having an impact locally. CED reports 187 jobs were created through business expansion last year. Jacqueline Wilson, CTV News, Calgary.
Calgary Economic Development runs the Trade Accelerator Program, or TAP. It helps companies develop export plans, learn regulatory rules, and improve their marketing.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
If you can carve out some time, there is a unique event underway in Calgary to celebrate the Lunar New Year. Master ice carvers from China are demonstrating their skills in Chinatown today. They hail from Heilongjiang province, which is a region world-renowned for its ice and snow artistry. The sculptures are inspired by significant symbols in Chinese culture, including the panda and the Chinese zodiac's Year of the Horse. Live carvings will take place at Eau Claire Plaza on Thursday and Friday. The sculptures will be on display in Eau Claire and Chinatown until the weather allows it. Let's bring Danielle in now. We need the weather to allow it because we want people to go down and see all that fine work.
Right? It's beautiful to see. It's going to be a bit tricky. Hopefully they have some things in place to keep some longevity with that, because the weather itself is not going to help keep much ice at all. Maybe in some overnight hours, but outside of that, no. 4 degrees is the temperature at the airport right now. Winds are fairly calm. Sustained speed is 28 kilometers per hour, but it's gusting closer to 40 at times, and that's possible for the next couple of hours. For tomorrow morning, just keep in mind there will be a wind chill of -8, so a bit chilly to start. Dress in layers because we're looking at lots of sunshine and a high of 8 once again in the afternoon. Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. Many Canadian tourists in Cuba are anxious, and the local Cuban community is worried too as airlines suspend service to the island nation. We'll have the latest reaction to Cuba's fuel shortage. Also ahead, why Bowness residents are bracing for construction upheaval. Once again, Bowness residents are bearing the brunt of water main construction. This time is for the building of the new feeder main line. A lengthy stretch of residential road through Bowness will be rendered unusable for months this year. Here's Kevin Green.
Bowness resident Kelly DeGroot got this letter from the city saying the road in front of his house will be torn up for water main construction. That's not supposed to happen until May, but he's already seen preliminary work underway.
They spent about 4 days marking all the utility lines, the sewer lines, all those ones that they have to do before they dig.
Crews have also dropped off porta potties, detour signs, and no parking stanchions. Increased density along this road means parking is already an issue, and many worry this will make it worse.
We'll all have to choose the side street, but you also don't want to annoy the neighbors on the next street over if I have to park there.
For others, it'll be the daily upheaval of construction.
You know, it's going to be just the disruption, the constant noise. You know, we have to work. We have to, like everybody else, you got to, continue living your life.
Other sections of the new feeder main construction will be done using micro-tunneling. This stretch, almost 2 kilometers long, ranging from 87th Street Northwest all the way to 73rd Street along 34th Avenue, will be done using what's known as cut and cover. The area councillor does not mince words. It will be a hassle.
There's going to be disruptions to water, to utilities, just parking, regular, average, everyday life. Getting from point A to point B is going to be quite difficult.
The mayor says this approach will help finish the job more quickly.
There just isn't the industry capacity to be able to do all of the tunnel, all of the way. So splitting it up into those two parts that are able to happen simultaneously, this allows us to be able to build that bridge that meets in the middle.
The city says it will dig up this road in sections to minimize disruption and aims to have the project done by October. Back in his kitchen, Kelly DeGroot says he's willing to tough it out for the benefit of all Calgarians.
It'll be noisy, it'll be dusty, but I mean, it's a necessary evil if people want water.
Kevin joins us from 34th Ave in Bowness tonight. So Kevin, is the city going to be doing anything to help these affected residents?
Tara, the area councillor told us today that the city is going to open a face-to-face storefront where concerned residents about the construction here can have those concerns addressed in person. That's going to be at the Bowness Community Association, a few blocks north of where I'm standing. Councillor Kim Tyers told CTV they expect that to be open by the end of February. Back to you.
Okay, Kevin, thank you. Flights from Canada to Cuba are being suspended, leaving many Albertans stranded as a fuel crisis grips the island. U.S. sanctions and supply issues are forcing major airlines to halt their service as Calgary travelers say they're worried for their vacations and the Cuban people. Mark Villani has more.
It was supposed to be a relaxing vacation, but an Alberta woman is leaving the beach much earlier than expected.
Everybody is under stress. They don't know what's going to happen.
Major airlines, including Air Canada, WestJet, and Air Transat, are temporarily suspending Canadian service to Cuba. Global Affairs estimates at least 7,200 Canadians now need to be repatriated back home. Easier said than done.
We didn't receive any email from WestJet. We were checking our emails about the flight, but we did not receive anything.
This has all happened quite suddenly, obviously. We'll patiently wait for our notification of when we're scheduled to go out.
The disruptions stem from U.S. sanctions under the Trump administration on countries selling oil to Cuba, forcing Havana to ration health, transport, and school services. Some Calgary travelers say they're concerned for the Cuban people.
What's going on in the world today? At this point, I'm not going there anytime soon.
I'd feel like the United States is out of control.
Yeah, you never want to get stuck anyway.
Now, no desire to go to Cuba.
And that's bad news for the local tourism industry, as Cuba's economy relies heavily on Canadian visitors.
For the month of February, there were over 600 flights from Canada going to Cuba, representing about 120,000 seats.
It'll be pretty painful for the Cuban people with brownouts because of power and fuel shortages for cars and resorts shutting down.
It means travel agencies are already rescheduling trips for some clients ahead of the busy spring break season at much higher prices.
Cuba is one of the least expensive all-inclusive destinations, so people are looking at having to pay additional monies to travel.
But for those stuck in the country, all they want is to return home.
The situation is really terrible. You can see chaos.
Mark Villani, CTV News, Calgary.
It's unclear how long the fuel shortage will last, with most flights now suspended until at least May 1st. Mexico is now providing humanitarian aid to Cuba, and Russia is discussing plans on how it can assist.
This is CTV News, Calgary.
Well, there's much more mild weather still to come, Danielle.
Oh, there sure is. Again, I will say this. take this in for everything you can this week, because next week will feel a lot more like winter. This is a false spring that we're having, because spring doesn't officially start till March 20th, but it certainly feels like it out there right now, and it will for the rest of this week. All right, 65 kilometers per hour. That was the max gust in Pincher Creek today. So south of the city, it was certainly a windy day. 60 was the max, or close to it, in Lethbridge, and just above 40 in Calgary. We can expect the winds to be much calmer for tomorrow. Temperatures will stay the same tomorrow, and we're also looking at a lot of sunshine once again as well. All right, this is a look at daytime highs. Brooks got into the double digits at 3 o'clock today. Close to it in Medicine Hat at 9. Calgary had a high of 7 and Lethbridge 8. Let's fast forward to right now, because, you know, the sun has set and temperatures do drop fast at this time of year when we don't have that warmer sunshine. It is now 4 degrees in the city, 4 as well in Lethbridge, 2 in Medicine Hat, and look at Brooks. Got to 10 earlier today and now sitting at the freezing mark. So this is the time where, yes, we have warm afternoons, but you need to dress in layers to deal with the mornings and the evenings. Here's the jet stream in the darker green. It is just to the north of us, so mainly over central Alberta at this point, which is why we're still getting a somewhat warmer air mass. This is not the strong ridge of high pressure we had last week, which got our daytime highs into the record-breaking territory, but it's certainly enough. The jet stream is high enough that we're still getting this warmer push of air from the south. We're still getting this westerly flow as well, and this is enough to keep our temperatures above that freezing mark for the rest of this week. Nothing going on right now. We will get some cloudy periods at times, and that's really the story right up until Sunday. Mainly sunny with some cloudy periods. So I'm not even going to freeze this. I'm just going to allow this play through for the next couple of days, because there's nothing worth freezing it on. Just cloudy periods at times. So conditions are great. We do need a lot of moisture. That is not in the long-range forecast, as you can see here. This is your Action Furnace 5-day forecast. 8 degrees is our high for tomorrow, but again, in the morning, it will be chilly to start. When off to work and school, a wind chill of about -8. Thursday will be the warmest day of the next 10 days, with a daytime high in the double digits. And then we start our slow decline. Friday 7, Saturday 4, Sunday 3, and just a quick snapshot of next week. By Tuesday of next week, our daytime highs will be in the minus single digits. By Friday of next week, minus double digits. Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. After scouring video cameras throughout the northeast community of Redstone, police are now releasing an image of a getaway car in a shooting. Investigators say this dark-colored sedan, believed to be a 2003 to 2008 Toyota Corolla with black rims, picked up 2 men after the shooting on January 24th. Home security video captured several shots being fired at a home. No one was hurt. Police believe the homeowner was targeted in the recent rash of extortion crimes aimed at the South Asian community. If you have any information about the shooting or the car, you are asked to call police or Crime Stoppers. A big development in the case of the missing mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. The FBI has released new daunting images of video of a masked and armed intruder appearing to tamper with Nancy Guthrie's front door camera. The previously inaccessible images show an individual in the porch area of the home on the night Guthrie was kidnapped about 10 days ago. The person was wearing a mask, gloves, a backpack, and what is believed to be a gun holster. It looks like the person tried to block the front doorbell camera with foliage gathered nearby and then appeared to damage it. At least 2 ransom notes were delivered initially to news media. The family has said it will pay. They do believe Nancy Guthrie is still alive. Well, this is an artistic endeavor with a very personal touch. Still to come, how painting sales are helping a little boy's family with big medical bills. Also, a setback and a silver lining for Canadian athletes on the ice at the Olympics. A new women's health centre is opening at Foothills Hospital thanks to a corporate gift. Calgary energy giant Suncor gave $5 million to Calgary Health Foundation to set up the centre at Foothills Hospital inside the old Tom Baker Cancer Centre. It will bring together the pelvic floor clinic, pregnancy and infant loss program, colposcopy, obstetrics and gynecology. The aim is to shorten wait times, modernize equipment and improve care. Doctors who specialize in women's health say this is a welcome event, but more needs to be done.
We hear all the time that there needs to be a center for conditions such as polycystic ovarian syndrome endometriosis, menopause. There's also a huge appetite in the community to improve research and development related to women's health conditions. So creating a center that's very research and innovation focused would be a great next step.
This is the largest corporate donation in the foundation's history. A mix of highs and lows for Team Canada on what is officially day 4 of the Olympic schedule. But Canadian athletes have added to our nation's medal count. CTV's Scott Hurst reports.
Down and out. Captain of the Canadian women's hockey team, Marie-Philippe Poulin, did not play against the Americans on Tuesday. She's listed as day-to-day with a lower body injury after taking a hit into the boards during Canada's win over Czechia Monday night.
Losing her is obviously a big one because the United States have been the better team internationally over the last couple of years.
And the United States proved to be too strong on this day, beating Canada to remain undefeated in the preliminary round of the women's hockey tournament. Staying on the ice, Canada is back on the podium, this time in short track speed skating, a silver medal in the mixed relay event.
So close to the podium in Beijing, so it kind of feels special just coming back here and just getting ourselves on the podium.
A shared moment of joy for Kim Boutin, Courtney Sarreau, William Dangenou, and Felix Roussel. Florence Brunel and Stephen Dubois also getting medals for skating in the earlier rounds. Figure skater Steven Gogolev with a strong performance in the men's singles short program with a score of 87.41, setting himself up for the free skate on Friday. So far so good for opening ceremony flag bearer Mikhail Kingsbury, third in moguls qualification, just behind his teammate, Quebec City's Julien Viel. Both are moving on to the finals. And making its Olympic debut, women's alpine team combined. One skier tackling the downhill speed event, the other racing the more technical slalom course. Canadians Valérie Grenier and Laurence Saint-Germain finishing 13th. So the medal count now stands at 3, 1 silver and 2 bronze, with more athletes in the mix for medals tomorrow, including in the ice dance final. 3 Canadian pairs, led by Piper Giles and Paul Poirier, third heading into the final event. Scott Hurst, CTV News, Toronto.
Just ahead, it is a fast-paced race interspersed with moments of relaxation. Coming up in our trending segment, this competition runs hot and cold. Welcome back. Physical therapy and specialized care are expensive and not always covered by Alberta Health or insurance. A Calgary family knows this firsthand. They have a toddler who's been diagnosed with cerebral palsy. He's receiving various therapies that can cost more than $25,000 a year. But his aunt and his great aunt have found a way to help. Kevin Fleming explains.
This is Beckett, who's enrolled in a 2-week therapy intensive program at the Canadian Centre for Development. At just 8 months old, he was diagnosed with cerebral palsy.
Beckett was born in 2023 with a brain injury known as hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy. It's a mouthful, so most people call it HIE. Basically, it's permanent brain damage to certain parts of his brain that control motor.
Chantel Moreau says the cost is $4,800 for 2 weeks, and her son will revisit this therapy 4 times a year.
And then also there's weekly physio that we try to keep up. We take some breaks throughout the year, obviously, because he deserves that too, but we do regular therapy, so that's also additional. So probably all in, it's at least $25,000 for physio a year, probably more.
Melanie Moreau and her aunt Suzanne are the co-founders of the Little B Gallery.
He's the heartbeat of the whole gallery. Little B was his nickname after he was born. We started calling him Little B, so Little B Gallery was just a natural name for it.
They've created dozens of paintings over the last 15 months and sell them online. 100% of the proceeds go to Beckett's therapy, and they raised enough money in that time to cover all his costs for 2024 and 2025.
We have an artist from PEI who found us on Instagram and was like, I have some paintings of mountains, they're not going to sell in PEI, can I get them to you for the gallery to support Beckett? And she doesn't know Beckett, she'll probably never meet Beckett, but it was a story that moved her.
Chantel is overwhelmed by the support from family and complete strangers. She says the therapy will help Beckett get stronger and more independent.
We would be doing it anyway, but to know that it doesn't have to be one more stress on top of everything else it's life-changing for us and for Beckett.
Kevin Fleming, CTV News, Calgary.
Chantal Moreau has applied to provincial support for children with disabilities, but they've been on a wait list for 2 years to get a caseworker assigned. So in the meantime, the therapy costs are all out of pocket. We posted a link to the Little Bee Gallery on our website. That's great. Well, if you're like me, you likely have a camera roll full of photos on your phone, but none of those photos might be as ridiculous as these. Okay, so this was a photo challenge, and the goal was to not be in the picture. So they blindfolded one person, the one with the camera, and then the others just spent their time trying to dodge out of frame. So it's pretty funny, actually, the photos. 18 million views this has had so far.
The look on their faces, right?
I know.
That's
I mean, you will look back at those photos and laugh, for sure.
Yeah, that's such a fun game, too. I'm going to do that with the boys.
Absolutely.
Danielle, you're going to be doing that tonight, too, with the kids.
I sure will.
Well, here's a prank that this woman played on her husband, and it is all good, clean fun.
It is really bubbly, though. Did you use it?
Yeah, it's really good, right?
Okay, so this guy just wanted to wash his face. His wife told him that this new face wash was really good. But as he's trying to wash it off and his eyes are closed, she keeps adding soap into his hands. He can't figure out. The more he lathers, the more he gets bubbles, and he just can't get it off. I think he's still trying to get it off his face.
Oh, my goodness. I love this idea.
And then he would get frustrated. What is going on?
He just can't figure it out. Well, it's nice to sit in a sauna, but how many times could you do it in one day? So hundreds of people came out in Estonia for the annual European Sauna Marathon. It turns the traditional Nordic pastime into a competition. The goal is for teams of 4 to race to as many local saunas in the fastest time. There were 21 different saunas. The participants had to spend at least 3 minutes inside each one. Could you do it? Could you do 21 saunas in a day? I mean, you only have to sit in there for 3 minutes.
I would prefer to just pick one and sit in it.
I guess if you can do the cold dip in between. That's a lot, though. That's a lot. A multi-billion-dollar project is moving ahead a little too quickly for some central Alberta residents. Still to come, why a major data hub proposal is generating heated debate in Olds.
Here's your Skywatch weather camera. We had a stunning day today. A little windy at times in the city. The winds will be calmer tomorrow. The sun will still be out tomorrow, and temperatures will be pretty similar to today as well. Today we got to 7. Currently we're sitting at 4 degrees, and we're at 9 hours and 44 minutes of daylight. Ooh, yes. And when we're getting this false spring weather, it's nice because we can take advantage of a lot of that outdoors. Warm in the west, as you see here, and cool out east, and that's going to switch next week. So be prepared for the cooler weather to make its way here finally next week. Okay, we're sitting at 2 in Medicine Hat, freezing mark in Brooks, 4 in the city, and 2 in Pincher Creeks. Temperatures still above freezing for most communities in southern Alberta, which is exceptional for this time of year. We have the cloud cover riding along the jet stream. That's going to remain to the north of us for the most part for the rest of this week, which is why we're going to hold on to the warmer temperatures. Your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free. Bit of a wind chill tomorrow. Feel more like -8 when, heading off to work and school. So layers for sure, because then you'll need way less layers by the afternoon when it's all sunshine and 8 degrees. Quick little dance around to see what's going on tomorrow. 7 in Kelowna, 4 in Fernie. Quiet weather there. Quiet in central Alberta with a little more cloud cover in Edmonton. A lot of sunshine in southern Alberta. Coronation 4 for tomorrow. Lethbridge 9, Medicine Hat 8. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle. Police are dealing with an active shooter incident in a northeastern BC community. RCMP say the original suspect is dead at a secondary school in Tumbler Ridge. They also say there are multiple victims. They are working to determine if there is a second suspect. The city has started its public engagement process for the downtown route of the Green Line LRT. The city wants feedback on station locations. An elevated line is planned, but the city is not closing the door on a tunnel for that train. And a man died in a crash on 16th Avenue Northwest at Stony Trail this afternoon. It appears the vehicle slammed into a concrete pillar. A proposed $10 billion data center and natural gas plant is dividing people in Olds. Town Council approved a light industrial rezoning bylaw for a parcel of land where the 2 million square foot facility will be built. The company still needs to pass provincial environmental regulations for it to go ahead. But as Tyson Fedor reports, the speed at which this project is moving has some concern.
A large parcel of vacant land on the east side of Olds at highways 2A and 27 is on track to become one of the largest data hubs in the country.
Economic impact, I would expect, would be felt outwards from this project throughout Canada. Central Alberta, certainly as a whole.
Synapse Data Center is planning to pump $10 billion over 2 years into a facility to support rising demand for artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and data-intensive technologies.
Our component itself can start as part of the municipal permitting process. The natural gas plant is covered fully under the provincial permitting process, so we can't start construction on that until we receive those permits. So mid-2026 is still the focus.
The 1.4 gigawatt facility will include a natural gas plant. The company says water use will also be on a closed-loop system.
They're not going to be hooked to the power grid. They are going to be developing their own power through natural gas turbines that will be running on site.
Some residents in the community of nearly 10,000 are concerned about noise, environmental and health issues, along with a lack of public engagement.
The second largest power generation facility in Alberta is going to be next to well over 1,000 residents, families, children, senior citizens. No setbacks, no buffers. It's kind of unprecedented.
While others support the development that will bring jobs and tax revenue for the community.
It's going to get built somewhere. They're being built throughout our province right now, Red Deer and other communities. So having one built in our community is that linchpin type industrial complex that can make our town long-term sustainable.
The town and company expects the project will create 2,000 construction jobs and 1,000 long-term high-tech jobs. Environmental permitting could take another 4 months before shovels are in the ground.
Usually what this does is it attracts other investors as well to town.
Tyson Fedor, CTV News, Olds.
Synapse Data Center wants to be open by the middle of the year. The natural gas plant is still awaiting several approvals before it can be built. Canada's major air carriers are winding down flights to Cuba because of the fuel shortage on the island. Here's BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez.
WestJet and Air Transat have joined Air Canada in suspending service to Cuba. The airlines are making arrangements to get travelers on the island now back home. Flights are suspended because Cuba has cut off the supply of jet fuel to its airports. The island relies on Venezuelan oil, but that tap was turned off when the U.S. took over Caracas. The shortage also hit resorts, leading to blackouts and closures. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up a fraction to 73.78. West Texas Intermediate is down to 64.16. Western Canadian Select is up to 48.69. And the TSX gained another 233 points today for a new record close. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
There is a local connection to a canine discovery more than a millennium in the making. The study, which included a University of Calgary archaeologist, found Mayans were trading live dogs over long distances as far back as the 3rd century. The team studied the bones and teeth of deer and dogs found in a Mayan archaeological site. By analyzing the tooth enamel, they found deer would stay in the same regions of Mesoamerica, but dog enamel suggested that canines traveled hundreds of kilometers. It's the first evidence that Mayans traded live animals.
This provides evidence for some really sophisticated trade networks that are not only bringing inanimate commodities such as obsidian and fancy pottery and jade and other ornaments, but they're also bringing live dogs, and that's really exciting.
Testing also found the dogs had a diet heavily based on corn and meat, suggesting they were consuming the foods that humans were eating. The results were published in the Journal of Archaeological Science. A Calgary teenager is having a great season with the Hitmen. Coming up, Glenn tells us more about the young defenseman playing for his hometown team. A rising star in Canadian tennis is advancing to the next round at the Qatar Open. Victoria Mboko made quick work of her opponent today, winning 6-4, 6-4. The 19-year-old now moves on to the third round at the WTA 1000 tournament. The Calgary Hitmen have a pretty busy schedule this week with 3 games. Glenn is back with us. Glenn, the Hitmen are young, but they're having a great season.
Tara, I'd say so. The Hitmen sitting 6th overall in the WHL. One of the youngsters on the team who's having a great season is Calgary's Ben Macbeth. Ben Macbeth was born and raised in Calgary, and playing for his hometown team is like a dream come true.
Yeah, for sure, it's awesome. I mean, I grew up going to games, and so being here is pretty special. I'm pretty honored to be on this team, so it's great.
Macbeth is only 17, and the left-shot defenseman has taken the league by storm. In his first season with the Hitmen, Macbeth has 6 goals and has added 32 assists. Did he think it would go this well?
I mean, obviously, you hope the best, and, you work hard in the summer to get to the spot, but, I mean, I'm really grateful for the trust they have put on me and the opportunity they did give me at the start to prove myself, so I'm pretty happy, and it's been good. I'm really happy with how I've been playing, and obviously it's just continuing growing my game and my impact, so I'm pretty happy, but still more work to be done for sure.
Despite his age, the Hitmen lean on Macbeth a lot. Head coach Dustin Friesen says he deserves it.
Yeah, he's been really good for us. Technically it's his rookie year, but he doesn't play anything like a rookie. He plays hard minutes for us and been really good offensively and defensively for our group this year.
Hunter Ora is Macbeth's defense partner. He says Macbeth plays well beyond his age, and he's not surprised the coaches put so much trust in him.
Yeah, he's earned it though. The way he's playing, he earns the trust. I can see why coaches trust him out there. Yeah, he's really easy to play with. Just, does everything well. He skates so good, makes the right play all the time, so makes it easy on me.
The Hitmen have 3 games this week. They host Swift Current on Wednesday night. Then it's a home-and-home series against the Edmonton Oil Kings on Friday and Saturday. After that, Macbeth says he's really looking forward to facing Landon DuPont and the Everett Silvertips on Family Day. Macbeth was DuPont's defense partner at Edge School.
We're best friends in the summer, hang out all the time, so it's going to be pretty cool playing him, and I love playing with him. He's obviously an amazing player, so I mean, it's going to be a good game. They're a pretty good team, so I'm pretty excited for it, and I'm excited to see him after the game and during the game as well, so it's good.
Puck drop for tomorrow night's game against the Broncos, 7 o'clock. Same as Friday against the Oil Kings at the Dome. Monday's game, 1 o'clock, and I'm told there's going to be a great crowd there.
Family Day, Monday. That's right. I was thinking, how do they do an afternoon game? But that's Family Day. Awesome.
Family Day, Monday.
Will the weather be nice for Family Day?
Okay, so we'll hold on to daytime highs above freezing for the rest of this week. By Monday, likely the freezing mark, and then after that, below freezing. So, I mean, fine enough for this time of year.
It is February after all.
We can't complain, right?
No, not with a high of 0 for Monday. All right, 8 degrees tomorrow. Cool in the mornings, cool in the evenings, so layers are important. 10 degrees on Thursday. That will be the warmest of the next 10 days. And then we start a slow decline. 7 on Friday, 4 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday. And then again, by Monday, we're at that freezing mark. And next week, for the rest of next week, below freezing. Okay, weather window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget. Alberta's climate. Annie sent this in from Calgary. Doggy Gracie, big dog, but doesn't like the cold, so they're just waiting for that snow to melt.
That is the actual weather window.
Yes.
Thanks for your company tonight. Have a great evening. We'll see you again tomorrow.